accountable and responsive to the needs of the country. Public procurement should not be seen only as an administrative requirement. It is a strategic governance function. A strong procurement system promotes competition, value for money, fairness, and public confidence. A weak procurement system can result into delays, inefficiency, poor service delivery, limited competition, and misuse of public resources. This is why continuous reflection and reform is necessary. The purpose of today's consultation is to provide an inclusive platform for dialogue on how to further strengthen the public procurement system in Sierra Leone. The authority recognizes that sustainable reform cannot be achieved by one institution alone. It requires the active involvement of all stakeholders, including government institutions, oversight bodies. Your views and experiences are therefore important in shaping the direction of procurement reform.
Where it talk, the Chief Economist, Ministry of Finance, Almami Bangura, talk about the position of the Ministry of Finance by procurement business.
Public procurement is central to the management of public finance. We all know that most of the funds that government or Ministry of Finance disposes go through procurement. Public procurement is a mechanism through which budgetary allocations are translated into roads, schools, hospitals, medicines, energy, water system, and everything, every public goods and services are delivered through procurement processes. Therefore, the strengthening of the procurement system, has direct effect on the quality of public expenditure, as I observed earlier. It is not merely a technical and administrative issue. It's really a governance issue. If your procurement system is weak, there are so many governance-related issues. Let me affirm again that the Ministry of Finance fully supports this reform process as part of government's broader commitment to strengthen public financial management. So this process here is very timely, it's very important, and the Ministry of Finance fully supports the process. And so we must seize this opportunity to build a procurement law that is more efficient, more transparent, more accountable, technologically responsive, and more supportive of national development goals.
Inside in your talk, the Principal Executive Advisor to President Bio on Public Service and Head of Public Service Reform Unit, Dr. Emmanuel Gaima, say public procurement, the help bridge the gap between service delivery and government priority area there.
The Public Procurement Act 2016 gives Sierra Leone an important statutory framework for regulating public procurements and promoting value for money, competition, transparency, and accountability. It speaks directly to critical system functions such as procurement planning under Section 28 of the current Act, contract administration, Section 30, records and reports, Section 32, conduct of public officials, Section 33, debarment, Section 35, complaints and review, Section 63 to 65.
Dr. Emmanuel Gaima also talked about some of the area where he thinks procurement experts for consider during the review of the 2016 Procurement Act.
I want to profile 5 priority points of consideration as we move on today. First, we must strengthen public procurement planning and market discipline. Far too many procurement problems begin long before contracts are awarded. Weak needs assessment, unrealistic costing, poor packaging of contracts, inadequate market intelligence often produce delays, variations become the norm of the day, poor delivery, and eventually disputes. The revised framework in scope should place stronger emphasis on credible annual procurement planning, budget alignment, readiness criteria, and disciplined contract management. Transparency must move from paperwork to visibility. Citizens and oversight institutions should be able to see more clearly how public contracts are awarded, managed, and completed. This is where digital procurement systems, standardized disclosure, and auditable records become indispensable. Sierra Leone should continue moving steadily towards stronger e-procurement arrangements that reduce dispersion, improve traceability, and make compliance easier to monitor.
Dr. Emmanuel Gaima end up for call on procurement officer them. We present at the review process for the review of the act important and develop a new act. We go bring changes to the procurement sector. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Adeyemi Jackson, the report.
And the program we listen to na midday show they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. This program they come to you every Monday to Friday on issues them where they happen across the country. We can do so by where we hear reports them where we can put together or we bring studio guests them for come analyze some of the things them we the organization or the government they do. One for welcome studio guests them this afternoon. Now the program midday show I will start with David Wisdom Kone way na the chapter Secretary na Holiness Revival Movement. Then at the program this afternoon for talk about the National Men's Conference we did organize this April. Welcome to the program midday show.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Also, at the program, I want to welcome Abbasi Savage, who is the public relations officer for the Salon Custom Brokers Union, formerly known as Association of Clearing and Forwarding Organization, right? Agency. Okay. In self, then at the program this afternoon, they talk about this particular association they work so far, and the association also na trade union group we the part of the Labour Congress. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Okay.
And thanks for having me here.
Okay. So make we start with you quickly. We don't tell our listeners them other than you happen to be the public relations officer for the Salon Brokers Union, and within the program they talk about within this association. So simply they do we now a union. Let me go back and know why they saw the name of change. So the change of name, sorry.
Okay, thank you very much. The Association of Clearing and Forwarding Agency, an association we then formed in March 1995. We don't hold 31 years now. So along the line, we will get serious challenges them where we will be facing within government, within the international partners them, and within we own players themselves inside the country. So along these 30 years, we thought it fit for say we for transform into a union so that we go get a better footing within the trade union industry in Sierra Leone. So that one day, it lead we for make we move from association to union so that we self go get that kind strength day and that kind power day where we self go use with government and international partners and even local partners them for make we get a smooth run of the clearing process in Sierra Leone, because all we aim is now for foster trade facilitation in Sierra Leone for it be an easy project for everybody.
Okay, so let me also know about the mandate of this particular organization or association, as we call them.
Okay.
What's a mandate?
Okay. We mandate first of all a professional excellence. Now we try for showcase out to the people of Sierra Leone, and then ethical practice. Whenever you come now the clearing and forwarding industry, for make you will get a very ethical situation where you go meet amongst the brokers them we go did it. And also economic growth, because we they help government for raise revenue as we an intermediary between the government and the importers them. So we they play a pivotal role for make sure say government generate a good sum of money. If you the NRA, they talk say we meet with target. We now one of the foot soldiers them where they make for let government meet then target. So economic growth now another key pillar again now we own side. And finally the global standard where we try for let we meet up the best practice in the clearing industry. Yeah. So when we get the best practice in the clearing industry, you find out say we go get investors then we go come for can invest in Sierra Leone, because they know say decide whether they come for can invest, then get a global standard where then they follow.
The program where they listen to Namide show, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM right now, frequency on 98.1 FM, and self with Facebook and YouTube page on Radio Democracy. I come to you again, public relations officer for the Salon Custom Brokers Union. We don't talk about a mandate so far. To what extent this organization different from the importers them?
Yes, the clearing and forwarding industry is different from the importers them, because the importers them they go come with the goods them, and then they go purchase the goods them outside and come with them inside. Then we as a broker, now we are the agent, we are the intermediary between the importers then they and government. We dey make sure say all waiting then carry it, then get a correct documentation of them, and then pay the correct taxes them to government. So we now an intermediary between the importers and government. So we on issue or we on practice now for there we make sure say government get all the money them we them forget as taxes from the importers them.
Okay. So what are the work of the customs officer them? What they work for NRA?
Well, the role of the custom officers them, they want and they now for collect the taxes them and they make sure say them verify the document the way we they present to them.
Okay.
Then for be satisfied with that document and then continue the process.
So nobody no go count goods na this country and not pass through now for pulling goods na Wataki?
Well, as at now, where we don't transform into a union, we dey make sure say every importer where they come na this country also make it just go on our website and check for a credible agent them where they where for do in job, because we get agent them we no register with we union where they one and day we call them a freelancer them, where if you go do business with them 10 chances to 1 you might get an issue with them. But if you come you can get a reliable broker where they na the union I feel say na the best people and then one and day for let the importer them then do business with, because you will get a sideway, you will go knock if anything happen. But if you go use a freelancer where no register with the union, if anything happen, you will get yourself for blame.
Due to the fact say the economic situation in this country is somehow not too encouraging, so many people know they into this clearing and forwarding, not into import and export, so they get limited idea when it comes to how this they operate. So one for you to make use this platform for tell we listeners them and we viewers them about to be online platform them on our YouTube and Facebook page as to how this really they work. If an importer one for bring goods come to the country, you know, one for work with a no agency or possibly they do with clearing and forwarding, it will work directly with the government.
Yes, of course, it will work, because now it make the government don't put them right now for say all government goods them where they come, then they pass through the Sierra Leone National Shipping Agency.
Okay.
Now then they deal with the government goods them where they come. But we as the broker, we they deal with the business people and specifically. So although at times government can use we as well for make we self work for them.
So if the business person, private business person, want to bring in goods them come to the country, there is no way we're able for work without, including na the picture.
Yeah, well, for make a private somebody carry it in business inside the country, according to the act, himself as an individual, he gets right for go and clear in goods.
Okay, now that they want for understand.
He get right for go and clear in goods. But based on the know-how, how for go about that, now it make they can always hire an agent for do their job them for them.
Now that one the one for establishing the program. Let me only then move away from you a bit and come to other studio guests. We David Wisdom, Kone in the chapter sector in our holiness, revival movement in serving the program to talk about the National Men's Conference with this particular organization. They will welcome to the program again.
Good afternoon, respectable listeners.
Okay, so I don't tell listeners and Musa you come up from again as we start with the colleague Jason at the studio. What are the idea behind this holiness revival movement?
Thank you very much. The holiness revival movement worldwide, now a non-denominational movement, wherein God bring this particular movement. If you didn't at a church, it can be part of this particular movement. It's more like an extra class. We get Bible studies at around 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So you can fellowship in a church in the afternoon, and you can come fellowship in the afternoon by 3. But the main essence of today now about the National Men Conference will always can happen. Yearly program will always can happen, and a powerful conference wherein men all about the salon. They gather together for come benefit from Papa God the Word.
Okay, so let's go back to the holiness revival movement. You say it not necessarily means say if you left a church
Yeah.
or the institution we there and they worship God.
Yes, sir.
Why getting a separate body outside the normal churches of them people also?
Thank you very much. Not all like a separate body per se, like I said, like a non-denominational.
Okay.
Like we get different denominations in the Christendom aspect, but like this holiness movement, like a movement we are in, God don't prepare his servants. We are the international director, Pastor Paul Gika. We are in. You can deny you Anglican, Pentecostal, or born again church, like an extra can benefit the total truth about righteousness and holiness we are in. When you be a part of this particular movement, you gain a lot of things we are in. Maybe something don't listen on the other side. They teach you the total truth about Papa God the Word, not the hide from this particular ministry as well.
Okay, so now man them normally part of the organization.
No, categorized for everybody, man, woman, pekin, youth. You can be a part of this particular ministry. But like this particular program, now mainly for man them. You can get the youth program, they can come, the women, even the pekin them.
Okay.
And we also get a general one, we can be in December. Also again, but this is for purely for the man them.
This happen like how churches and they meet on a weekly or weekend basis. That's when I say they meet.
No, this not can happen on weekly basis. Now only on Sundays we they meet. We together in international Bible studies. We are in a different chapter. Like me come out from the eastern chapter. We get chapter now west. We get chapter now central and even Waterloo. We they meet on different basis by 3 o'clock, but not the meet as other denominations they meet. So like the final say, it affects your own church activities.
Okay, so now virtual now they meet. Then online now they meet or now they meet physical.
Well, they meet physically, but we connect to online because the headquarters of this particular movement they inside of Nigeria. They all about the world. This particular movement. So like the Sierra Leone chapter, the headquarters in the Waterloo.
Okay. How long are you into this?
Well, the ministry don't be established for over 10 to 15 years now. It don't be inside Sierra Leone. And by the special grace of God, why God they make we get this program the yearly now for waiting for revive the men them. We all know how man the arts together for worship Papa God. And this particular program they point out the necessity and the need why man need for serve God. And if you watch the theme of this particular program, now men of wisdom. We all know say wisdom is characterized by the fear of Papa God, the humility. So in other words, when you get the fear of Papa God in the inside of you, that tendency you don't begin to get sense.
So what are the membership base for this particular movement?
It based on holiness.
No, the membership in terms of figure, what's in the figure they show? People really shift away a bit from the normal ideology worship here and
no, not per se that the shift from now like an addition.
Yes, yes. So when them people some Anglican but still choose for join the movement, when I gather all sets of people and they waiting the figure to show.
Well, it depends to that particular individually. You understand?
On a membership based as a movement. When I get so much members them.
Yes, sorry. We get a lot of members. All about I can say then they all about Sierra Leone.
Okay.
So the membership base is very huge.
It comprises both men and women. Who's one the data they should say more than in comping?
Well, the membership base, the women the more.
Okay.
If you watch even in the house of God, women are more plenty in the household of God. So the membership is huge, but the women the more they dominate.
The members they really participate in this kind of movement.
Yes, members they participate because everybody they yearn for holiness and truth. Because now one of the things that we don't be missing in the household of God, the truth. Because plenty of people and desire from God, but they don't want for you to hear the truth about God. So like in this particular ministry, everything will be expanded to you in a broader term.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, so continue for the tonight the program also. We dey go studio 2 and take another issue inside the program. We'll go say the senior programs a learning associate for the emergency public leaders Sierra Leone Ibrahim Frank Ragbo say the public service fellowship program where they do then they train about 75 university graduate and more different skills them like effective communication, branding and other one them way very important for public service as this NCA go help them people also able forget to work in a different government and NGO office them. Well, for more on this we join Fatu Bakpa.
Youth unemployment for long term now don't they be one big social challenge. Why don't they embark young people in a salon? But plenty time we believe say if you get university degree, you don't do forget better work. But this not can always be the case, as plenty young people we get university degree still not able get access to better job na the country. And this don't show say now university degree no more not do forgive work, but waiting will make them easy for young people forget work after university. Now when they get other skill them like strong communication skill, networking and other one them we important na public service. But this don't be one thing we not common for plenty university students them. This make the Imagine Public Service Leaders Salon don't begin do public service fellowship program them for teach university graduates them with all the skill them way important na the public service. The senior programs and learning associate for the Imagine Public Leaders Sierra Leone, Ibrahim Frank Cabo, talk more about this fellowship.
So Imagine Public Leaders na a Pan-African organization with a lead in governance and public service fellowship program. We don't establish in Sierra Leone last year. Then program kickoff, we recruit young graduates across various universities in the country. Also train them for become professional. We start with inaugural cohort in Sierra Leone. We have 75 graduates where we will recruit and train. And in November, then start the fellowship program where we place them in various ministries, departments, and agencies. So we work in close collaboration with the government represented by the Public Service Commission. We will get an agreement for recruits, train, and place young graduates and various MDs for let themselves go through professional trainings within 1 year. Then after that 1 year period, if there is vacant position in their MDs, then they can be able to apply because they don't get the experience, they can be able to function government roles efficiently.
That's not the senior programs and learning associate for the Imagine Public Leaders Salon, Ibrahim Frank Cabo, where they talk about the opportunity them, where they go give graduates them where they take this training. And he continue for talk about the different module them, where the fellowship they offer to them university graduates them for this training.
We graduates them where we recruit, they offer them trainings on quarterly basis, and they come out from the global curricula where we use. That curricula we do them together with the Civil Service Training College, where the modules and already inside them global curricula they reflect the kind of modules them within the train public servants them at the Public Service Training College. We don't do the first responsive training, and this is the second responsive training. We allow them for work. After the work, we get feedback from them that we can train them on their modules, and the curricula gets 17 modules. We get various areas in the public service. For example, citizenship, gender issues, policies, development on communication in the public service, how you manage correspondences in the public service, and plenty other one them.
Abigail Kajumba, now the executive director for Imagine Public Leaders, and he talk about the other thing them, what the graduates them go get after this training, now other parts of the world.
Not with every single fellow, because now we have over 700 fellows across Africa, so we can't get them all together, but representatives from each country. So the next one of those will be in Liberia in May, and so I hope there'll be some representation from Sierra Leone there. And that's an opportunity to start networking with your colleagues, your peers in other Yale cohorts across Africa. But we're also looking to do more between those in persons that not everyone is at, how we can support you more. And it's a key objective for our new strategy for the next 5 years, is supporting alumni even more. So some of the ways that's going to happen is already, we were in Accra this week, and for example, one of the fellows we met was thanking us for an opportunity whereby MasterCard Foundation had their Baobabs Summit, and they asked if they could have a few fellows come and be there, and he even got to sit on a panel at this international prestigious conference and speak, gain experience, gain exposure, and so that was something we were glad to facilitate. We want to try and find ways to do that more, both in-country and internationally, to give you experiences, to have you contribute to discussions, to influence discussions across Africa and globally, and so wherever we can, we'll try and do that, and I've also seen us do that online.
The graduates them, we don't go through this fellowship. Talk more about what this mean to them.
This na a 12-month fellowship program, and what is for me for apply for them na the fact say they are passionate for work na the public service for effect the much needed change way I want to see as a young person. So far I don't learn a lot already. I don't learn about ethics na the public service. I don't learn about how communication they happen, and practicability also don't come into play because I dey see how it happen way at the institution of placement na the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
So I see this as a pathway, as a great opportunity, because at the moment already don't give me a first-hand experience about the course I learned at university. I already seminar public health graduate, and I've been placed at both district health management team. So they do a rotational something there now, all the units there. So this surveillance now. Of course, I don't already know what surveillance like, what they about, dealing with outbreaks, protect the public and all of that.
Then graduates end up for giving commitment. For take this opportunity serious one. As then say, this don't they help them na then different career journey. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Fatu Nyangi Jibakwa the report.
And the program we listen to, na midday show, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. With that report, we'll come back now studio, and we'll come back to the studio guest them, and we'll come again to you about say Savage, one of the public relations officer for the Salon Custom Brokers Union. We did the program to talk about within this organization simply there about. We don't talk about the mandate of this organization and how this organization they operate. In that one, they make mention say, people with the import goods come now the country not necessarily means they go for work with now or now by force for work with now. If they get the capacity, they can still do the clearing for themselves. That one they establish now the program. But again, why somebody for really work with now? What are the benefits we they if somebody decide for work with now?
Okay, thank you very much. It's very, very important for make we import a come na Sierra Leone, let it find a certified custom broker way for work for them, because that certified custom broker day na a broker where the government itself don't satisfy with, where they get a certificate, where it go through all the processes, them sit examination and the certificate of a certified custom broker. So we as a union, we get all them brokers then they under we preview, because the agencies them they all register under we union. And for make importer come, they go use another broker. We not a certified custom broker. Now a big risk for in business, because if I use a certified custom broker, because when it can use that broker they get the expertise of the job, and it get the integrity also of the job, because this job it requires professionalism and experience for do this job here. So it's very, very important for any importer where they come now this country for make it go now we website, it check we directories, it go get all the certified custom brokers then they. So from there, it could able choose any one of them where it want for work with, where it go be at your own advantage, because one, it go work with speed, it go work with time, it go work with the expertise for make sure say that importer they it get in goods on time and not incur unnecessary cost, where go cause problem for that importer day. Where at the end of the day, now we the general masses back, now we get fulfill the pinch. So okay. It's very important where importer they come now this country, let it make sure say it get a certified custom broker for doing job for them.
Somebody will listen to you now go down say, or go they say perhaps you don't paint the issue so well, you don't and you don't really serve the work way. I mean, then give when at the public relations officer, when for CCU brand, I mean, and sell out the image of the institution where you directly represent. But again, issue of middleman many times can get problem. A clear example of concerns on the get here and there, and what we get for the SLRSA. Also, they see agents them day where people use forget license. A lot of problems on there. We don't get the EG, the executive director here. They don't vehemently condemn. So the people don't work to agent. Let them go direct to the system and work with the system. We not serve as middleman, right?
Yes, of course. We serve an agent.
Yes. So, but like I said, we don't complain there about middleman business.
Okay, well, in we own case, it's different. Now, I tell you just no say, we don't train, you understand, and go through all the procedure and processes them for become a certified custom broker. And now the National Revenue Authority, now then the issue give you license.
Okay.
So we on agent, we very different. You understand? We are certified and government they give you license as well. So on that note, now we been get the association we don't transform to a union now, where they take care of all the brokers them. In the sense that we as an agent, when you come to we dey make sure say I tell you about professionalism. You understand it? We not like other agents them where then just they come say me an agent for do your job. You understand? We they deal with professionalism and experience. And as I tell you again, one of we mandate them now ethical practice. We make sure so we get in our industry because of all the false information there where they go out about agents, about brokers them, waiting and they do and waiting they know they do. So now we the advise every importer, make sure say you come now we website or you come now the union in office, then go able provide for you a certified custom broker we go do your job. And to crown it all, we as an agent, we not brokers them, we far different from other agents them because we are certified and government they give you license.
On a normal day, what are the complaints I can get from people that want to broker them, but they want to bad broker them?
Normally, we they get complaints them from different importers them. For example, sometimes importer go just come around the port area and they look for get an agent. Unfortunately for them, and meet up them freelance agent them. We not get office, in office all day na in bag. You don't understand? Then and not get a licensed agency, we custom license. Sometimes when it take that work there, now to any other company they go stamp. You understand? So some of them agent then they at times, not all of the time, at times they can get issue back and front with the importers them. Yes.
Issues like what?
One, issues of false declaration. Where then they do, because most times they can fight for beat the system down so they not go able to pay better tax to government. Now they first they can begin make them big mistakes then they present false declaration to customs on the pretense for guide the importer. But when you go to a certified custom broker now, in they tell you say I forget the correct invoice for present them to custom because they deal with integrity. You know go present the document to custom, then custom go all and say no, this is not correct. So automatically they begin get doubt. And he now a license holder. And if he continue then doubt, then the government can revoke a license from him. Okay. So it's very risky for let an importer go use somebody where not licensed and not to a certified custom broker.
Whose power wanna get over on a membership then?
Well, we membership is very large to an extent. We get over 100 agencies them. Okay. Yes. And the membership is over 500. And we get absolute control because now I make their agency then they register to we every year. Then they register and now we they give them accreditation for go to NRA for let NRA give them license. So you find out say there is a complete structure how we dey manage with membership na the union.
You talk about over 500 agency within the union.
No, 100
Sorry,
agency.
100 and over 500 membership.
Membership.
When you talk about the one them who know they part of the organization, perhaps you not go get the figure, but from what you know, you don't do the business for some time now. What in the number of people that will not register to now more than the one they register to now?
No. The larger numbers them now they register with we.
Okay.
Now just few, and some of them one and they back. Them don't be a registered members them. Now because of one or two reasons along the line make they're not able to meet up, forget the license maybe last year or the other following year. But majority of the members them then register with we.
How an importer or an importer will identify say this person a legitimate broker or this person is not legitimate?
Okay, the way how importer go able identify say this broker na a certified broker. First of all, we get a ID card where we dey give you from we union.
Okay.
And anybody will get that ID card they no say you agency get license.
Okay.
So whenever you produce that ID card day to any agent, and no say yes, this broker is certified and a license under government and they work with the union. In case of any issue, it get a door for Kanak when at the union for say so and so members don't do me this, don't do me that.
Okay.
You see, so that's why very important for all the agent them. You will not register it with the union. Come and register now with the union.
What's in so far it will cost somebody for hire on a service?
For hire with service, the cost it vary because we get different jobs them where we they do. You know, we declare container, we declare vehicles them, we they do export, you know, then we they do transshipment, you know, we jobs they vary. You know, it varies. So now based on the job, when you come now with office, then we can talk about pricing.
But you know affordable, right?
No.
You know affordable?
If you're affordable?
You know affordable or you affordable this one?
You mean the pricing?
Yeah.
Oh, the pricing is so affordable.
Okay.
The pricing is so affordable and encouraging.
Okay.
Yes.
Lewi Holiday and Kamut also we had a studio guest when David Wisdom and in the chapter Secretary for Holiness Revival Movement. Welcome again to the program.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So let's go straight into the conference. So now they're going to call it National Men's Conference. Why the conference in the first place?
Thank you very much. Well, this particular conference will be held on the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th of April, when next week. This particular conference based purely for waiting for grown men inside Papa God a work, and we all know. Men of nowadays in the household of God, so man can feel say not only in the household of God, in a broader term, so man can feel say no more sense they only come from himself, not knowing that God and they give wisdom. As you see the theme, we are men of wisdom, and Bible give you instances of some men that inside the Bible we beget huge wisdom within them, we are from God. Number one, we all know say like King Solomon. When I be one of the wisest man, he went to insult Papa God through wisdom. And he be near Papa God. Daniel will be another man also again. We go get the wisdom for interpret dreams. And he also insult God. The likes of Joseph, Enoch, etc. These are people that waiting, who sought Papa God and then be waiting, depend on God. And this particular conference, now you don't have to pay anything for this conference. The lodging are free. And the conference, the location Waterloo, where the National Campground, Holiness Drive, number 1 Holiness Drive, off Mission Street. So this particular program is purely for teach men how for even take care of the homes. Because now you find out say some man they not even sabi take care of us. They do things how they want to do. Because it's in the fear of God not inside, they don't get this particular sense what they talk about, the wisdom. Because the Bible says the fear of the Lord at the beginning of waiting wisdom. So when you get a fear inside of you, that 10 day you begin forget sense. So like the National Men's Conference, where they be held this particular day, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, when I hear the program, men they're all about us alone. even listeners, the way they listen to me right now, you self can be a part of this particular program, and you go benefit to my inside Jesus' name.
Not tomorrow at the conference?
No, the second, the third,
Of
and the
April.
fourth. Yes.
Okay, where are you say tomorrow? I think that the Bible verse you don't. Anyway, for the conference, is it gonna be like people in the come and go on all go for the day for the rest of the 2 days or 3 days?
People are not get for the come and go.
Okay.
Now the national campground, they can camp, they can camp. They come with your luggages, whosoever they all about a salon.
For the 2 days or 3
For the
days?
3 days.
Okay.
They accommodate you, they feed you 3 times a day. So that not going to be a worry to people outside, because spiritually, men they need for be fed, Papa God in word.
Okay.
And the final say certain silence like the high truths. But like in this particular movement where God don't bring for all mortal man. Yeah, so you they learn plenty things them where certain silence you know if I get any kind of things they are it. So like this conference, it gets a set of activities to be held. Time get for day where they get a talk show. For this particular conference, they get a book review wherein the international director, when Pastor Paul Ricard, in book they will write inspired books them. They get different people they get for teach you on them particular books then. And with national overseer for Sierra Leone, where they in charge, when Pastor Charles Sengova, where by the grace of God don't bring them for waiting for head this particular movement at Sierra Leone. In self-day for waiting. God don't put your word in my mouth waiting for him for teach men on how for waiting. For be more spiritual and groom themselves the more, because the Bible make you for understand say men then are waiting at the head of the family. So for you being as a head of the family, it takes a lot. It takes the help of God. Not about your human know-how you get for do them particular thing there also. Because Motabanki feels like the earthly wisdom that go use for rule the home. More especially the men. They can want to use this earthly wisdom. In other words, they need the divine wisdom of God. I go get this particular wisdom. Now we be a part of that kind of a program there. For let them for teach you. Men they need teaching, they need waiting. Grooming inside of God. You say like man inside man. So like when you be a part of this program, you get opportunity to ask questions where you get difficulties about. Because plenty of man go say I want to ask this particular thing, I want to ask this thing. So when you be a part of this particular conference here, you yourself gonna say, I don't make a mistake for like come this particular conference.
Now the first 10 days?
Well, not to the first time. Now a yearly program.
Okay.
Every year they organize the program.
What not the turnout for the last one them what happened so far?
Well, the turnout can be very huge because we all know men they ask for gather. So like it can be encouraging the turnout because as I say now the whole nation from different districts they come together for can converge at this particular campground for 3 days.
For this particular year, what are the target of number of people who are expected to turn up roughly?
Well, by the grace of God, we target over thousands of men for this particular conference.
And if 1,000 turn up, we get accommodation for them all?
By the grace of God, the accommodation this sir.
And the food today?
Yes, sir.
So man go for it. So now they make sure so now they check it.
It is, sir. Everything is, sir, by the grace of God.
Okay, the program we listen to now with Namide Show, it come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Inside the program, we'll take another issue. Go say the project manager for the Western Area Peninsula Park and the Environment Protection Agency, Bintu Teresa Mosirese, inside the 1 year, the agency together with Oneness, Takugama, and EFA, they're able to restore over 500 hectares of forest in the Western Area Peninsula Park. It occurs inside one engagement to the Environment Protection Agency, all together with Learning Adaptation Conference 2026. For more on this, we join Sonia Bell.
As the Environment Protection Agency collaborates in Learning and Adapting Conference be end, more achievements them this agency be showcased. Panting them like the fight against bad substance where they unbug the atmosphere, deforestation, and other things them where they unbug the forest and ecosystem, particular the Western Area Peninsula Park. One lecturer at Fabe College and Director of Marine Biology, and Oceanography, University of Salon, Dr. Komba Konoyima, first talk about some party them whether they embark the Western Area Peninsula Park.
It's as if the national park has become a social resource whereby most people go in and do several activities, charcoal mining or burning, stone mining. This has led to deforestation of the area, and this may have an impact on wildlife and biodiversity. This park has obtained some international interest from the international, and very recently there is some focus from the key biodiversity area assessment.
The project manager for the Western Area Peninsula Park Project and Environment Protection Agency, Bintu Teresa Mosire, talk about some of the achievements then where they're not able to make na this park.
In terms of the forest restoration, EFA, with also support from Oneness and Tagubana, we've been able to restore more than 500 hectares. So we've did one which they really showcased at Comfort Bridge. It's in there. If you go there, you can see.
The National Coordinator for Salon Women's Network for Environment Sustainability, Oneness, Gertrude Beshe Karimu, talk about the role where they don't play for support government for protect the Western Area Peninsula Park.
Because how do we move people away from encroaching as well as depleting the environment? We need to do livelihood support. And that is exactly what Oneness is doing within the Western Area Park. What we are doing is, we have already with 8 communities. And those 8 communities, we have set up 2 different communities and 2 areas in each community where we do livelihood support. What do we do? We have trained them in VSLE in order for do service. We actually decided to do those that are involved in charcoal burning, those that are involved in farming within the Western Area Park. Those are the people that we actually targeted. We have 70% of women, 30% of men.
Gertrude Karimu and for call on more awareness raising from the Environment Protection Agency and other environment institutions them to different people them across the country so that they self go understand the bad impact of deforestation and also how important it be for conserve and restoring natural resource them. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Sonia Bell, the report.
Welcome back to the program edition. We come to you Monday to Friday from 12 to 1 on the frequency 98.1 FM and on YouTube and Facebook page when I Radio Democracy. The program they continue. I can't again, David Wisdom. We don't talk about what things for happening, inside this particular conference. But again, somebody will listen now. Why you really need for the part of the conference? Now the question you're going to ask yourself. Tell your listeners.
Thank you very much. Why make you, as an individual, need for the part of this particular conference? More especially to demand them. 1, we all need the help of God in our different homes, institutions, who the lead as a man. And we all need the godly help. We no need for rule by ourselves. And we all know say wisdom they come out from God. And this particular conference where they come up so, they teach you all until the day how for do the do's and the don'ts what you need for apply in that particular institution where you find yourself. And this conference basically they teach on the spiritual aspects where you as a man you need for apply in your life. As a pastor out there, you need for come also again for come benefit from this particular program here. You know, also like you don't know your denomination, yeah, but also again come for like a refreshing by this particular program. There are plenty men them out there who don't benefit from this particular movement here, both spiritually and also physically. And the program is open to all men for be a part of this particular program. And when you come, this particular program, your life not going to remain the same. It's like Jesus' name.
Okay, quickly, we get different factors them of Christianity. They all get their own style. How this they bridge that style, they forget like a fusion of one, Christianity.
Yeah, we all know like every denomination gets its own doctrine, where they learn and everything. But that one Bible, God don't give to humanity for all able for learn. Even though you didn't use denomination, but I believe say you believe inside the word of God. When you come by this particular conference, you will come as I will say, for compare the knowledge you will come for receive. Because like as I will say, no more time I know everything in this life. So there are certain things today you don't even come across and you don't even teach them, you don't even learn and you don't know it. So when you come to this conference, you will get vast knowledge and understanding. So like maybe you go just like add up to what you don't know before, and for help yourself a lot.
Okay, plenty thank you to you, David Wisdom Corner. We're in the chapter Secretary Holiness Revival Movement. It didn't be the program they talk about the National Men's Conference within the whole April again? April 2nd, 3rd, and 4th this year. Now, Waterloo. Holiness Drive, okay. Away from you country again, the public relations officer for the Salon Custom Brokers Union, when Abasi Savage. When I don't launch, the organization yesterday from association to a union. What's next for the movement so far, or for this particular organization?
Okay, thank you again once more. As we don't launch yesterday, we don't transform from association to union, where the team yesterday now be fostering trade facilitation through digitalization and collaborative compliance. You know, when you watch the team, you understand, they try for tell you say, we try for make we able for help the trade business inside the country so that then go able get an easy environment for do then trading inside the country, from the ministry, from the portion side, from the shipping line, from all the players them. As we now an agent, we then at the hub of this business, we dey try for make sure say the business people and the importers them, they able come and invest them businesses them inside the country smoothly. And another way again is through digitalization, which means that we dey try for make the process and procedures them now the clearing process it be very easy through digitalization. For example, now if you go na Max Line now, it's possible for make you not even go na Max Line. You then at your office, you send your invoice there, then print them for you. You able get access to your delivery order right now your office without go na the Max Line location. Okay. And other areas than they even the Bolori, the Freetown Terminal, formerly Bolori, then self they go to digitalization up to the Sierra Leone port and harbor. So you find out say all the players them they use the digitalization now for operate the system. So with digitalization we find out say it go smoothing the process, especially for the interface with we the agent them and custom officers them as well. Then it go soften the business.
Okay.
Very well.
So before we bring the program to an end, you be talk about websites. What are the website address?
Yeah, the website address now Sierra Leone Custom Brokers Union.
Okay.
Just type Sierra Leone Custom Brokers Union, you go get the full details of written the union there about.
Okay, a name na David, bigger pardon, name na Abasi Savage, when are the public relations officer for the Salon Custom Brokers Union. Then at the program today, they talk about what in this organization they do so far. Well, now also the program will left for today. Plenty thank you to two studio guests them for joining at the program today. One for say also plenty thank you to the producer, Theodore Arena, and self technical supporter and DT winner DJ Caps and Self Fatimata Samora. We make family before watch we live now Facebook and YouTube page. So to meet again, we bring this program can't today me your name. Na check no jalo de life I beg your pardon. We they say have a blessed Friday.